Hey, Eagle Run 23 here. We are at the Telson Optics booth, and I got to do a review of one of their new scopes, but now I can see the entire line.
Hey Nick, thanks for having us.
We have Josh here from Telson Optics, and he's going to show us a couple of the models.
Starting up, we got our ARC. Our ARC is Japanese ED glass. It is done as a hunting scope, so it's a 2.5 to 15 by 44. It's got Japanese ED glass in it. You got lockable turrets with a zero stop function in as well, and you can change that zero stop to be back a little bit or right there. You do run a 30mm turret, and one of the things I really love about this scope, being a 2.5 to 10 or 15, is that it goes all the way down to 10 parallax, so 10-yard parallax.
Okay.
So that's quite a low setting on there, so you can do those closer shots. I know a couple years back, my deer ended up walking out at I think it was 15 yards, so it was right there, and then so it was nice to actually be able to have that feature on those scopes. We do have a throw lever as well that's removable, that you can take that off. And this is a second focal plane.
Okay, that one's second focal plane.
This one's second focal plane. Next up we have the Toxin. This is a 3 to 18 by 50. So this one we did as a first focal plane. Okay. And this has your Japanese ED glass in it as well. One main difference between this one and the ARC is that this actually has an apochromatic glass. So that's got a glass with 3 lenses in there that brings all 3 focal points together. And that really stops any type of chromatic aberration or purple fringing that you can get sometimes in the scope. And yeah, it makes that, viewing anything very awesome. It's 99.8% light transmission in the objective lens there, so it's amazing glass. This one parallax here goes all the way down to about 15 yards. And even being a 30mm scope, you actually get 42 mils throughout the entire scope, which is a huge amount. The turret right now does limit you to 20 mils usable.
So the rest of it's in the reticle?
The rest of it's inside this, and you can use the reticle as well to get even farther. You do have a zero stop feature with inside the scope as well, so because being an exposed turret, you want to make sure you never, if you're not sure where you're at, you always have that zero stop to get all the way back down right to your 0 point. You have a 2-turn indicator. The indicator is actually red, so it's very noticeable when it pops up. And the windage here is actually pinned, so it don't allow you to overspin the scope, it pins it. Oh. So that way you can never again get lost with inside your windage and you always know where your 0 is. So
I'm all the way around on the other side.
Yeah. One thing I really love about the scopes too is that we worked really hard on was our knurling. So this is our razorback knurling here, and it's our proprietary knurling. And so I was really excited about that because it's very easy to grip. You've got gloves on, it doesn't matter, you're not ever going to get lost in there or slip off. And just in general, it looks amazing on the scopes. We're kind of getting more into a target focus. And competitive line. So this one here we designed more with a PRS focus in mind. This is our 5 to 25 Target Master. This it's got a 56 objective. It's got a 34mm tube, and you're getting 32 mils of total elevation inside that turret, but 29.5 mils of usable with the turret cap. One thing that's really cool about this is that, in being more PRS world, everybody loves their 10 mils per rotation. So we made sure they have that. You do have a lockable turret as well. This scope actually has a auto on and off illumination as well. So that's pretty cool. So the red dots that are out there, they got a shake awake feature. This has that shake awake feature inside the scope.
No, they're always dead.
So that's pretty cool. And this one here, so to get all your mils, we actually have a 3-turn indicator. So your first turn all the way around, it's going to pop up red, and then as you continue around and you get the next level, it pops up silver. So that way you can actually see if you're very clearly what level you're on and what revolution you're on. And then of course you got your great zero stop that can be set anywhere as well.
Now, this is the one I tested, and this is the one that I shot a hog with. 242 yards.
Nice.
With a green light, looking through a day scope, and it was definitely after dark.
That's awesome.
But I like this one.
I have to say, I think you're the first person that shot a hog.
I'm claiming that record.
With that scope, so that's pretty cool.
If someone else shoots a hog, they better be beyond 242.
Our final model here that we have developed here is our Target Master Victory. And this one was put in mind with a competitive basis and definitely could be used in PRS as well. It is a little heavier, but it is designed for ELR purpose. So right now we actually have Trent Telson, who's globally ranked right now in the world. He's shooting this scope right now on his gun. He's shooting a 33XC there. And it's got 15 mils per revolution, which is different from the last Target Master had only 10 mils per revolution. So faster adjustments to get, because you got a finer tooth thread to get all the way where you need to be. Because a lot of times Trent using the whole scope, and he's got to use the reticle as well inside.
Right.
So the great thing about this is that full revolution of this scope, plus with the reticle, you can be able to dial out and push out to 59 mils you have with the reticle and the actual scope turret. And you do have your great true turn indicator, as well as a zero stop feature to bring you back to where you need to be. So
this one has the
apochromatic glass?
The 3 that come to one, okay.
Yeah, so this one also has that apochromatic glass here. And this guy here, you're looking at about $2,000 MSRP. This is a US price.
Now I didn't get to play with this one, so I looked through it today for the first time. I did not realize that adjustment was a different amount of clicks.
So the different timing between the teeth is this one's much finer, whereas this one you do have a bit more space. And that's a big reason why a lot of PRS shooters that use this scope, they like that too, because it's something they're used to, and that will change, and you know how much to turn, right? So if, you know, guys that are familiar with what they're using or what they're running, you know, if you have that teeth the same, they're familiar how much they turned last time to get to 2, 3, 4 mils. It will be different on this because it goes a little faster.
As a recreational shooter, that's not something that I can see why it would be an advantage, but I have not I have not needed that.
And that's why we designed them, you know, very similar, but also different in the ability that this does tailor to that PRS world,
right?
And this has that ELR capabilities. We did this with an aluminum alloy. That's the base model in this, whereas this one's got a steel component to handle that little extra bit of recoil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But the one thing I do love about this, though, whether you're an ELR shooter, competition PRS, we actually put the same reticle in both.
Oh,
so that way, you know, if you got one gun, you want to add your main gun, maybe you're putting that $2,000 scope on, you're able to get that same reticle with a $1,200 scope as well. So we wanted to make it as, you know, economical for everybody to be able to get into the optics and use the reticle they love. And in the Toxin, you'll see a trimmed up version of this in the Toxin scope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Toxin, I'm excited about. All right, I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
I'm
Nick.
excited about what you guys are doing, and check out Telson Optics.